Lovely.
Good evening, one and all.
Yeah, hello.
The old sound's going. You're right, it is a bit warm up here today.
I think the old ladies in the charity shop have put the heating on or something.
Yeah, it could well be.
I'm going to play with my lighting. I'm not entirely happy with it. I think this needs to be a bit lower. The shadows are going to be vital for this, so. That might be more like it. Yeah. So I have a small selection of stationary objects in every sense of the word. Do you like what I did there?
Yes, very good.
Thanks. Yeah, that'll do it. I've been having a bit of a struggle with, what do you call it? I had enough trouble trying to put this into words earlier. And, there's a thing about painting where you're engaging with reality at face value, put it that way. Sometimes it's very hard to think about what you should or shouldn't paint because you're trying to reason it, and reason doesn't really play a big part. It's a bit more poetic than that. I'm going straight into this because there's a lot of red. I'm going to start this off with a nice Viridian green with a little bit of raw umber in it. Thinking I could do with a different colour, but I guess I can kind of invent that almost. And I've got this nice sort of composition for the mathematicians among you to make the tape keep its shape and not just be flat. I've done a Mobius strip. That's, hope everybody enjoys that. A little bit of getting my head around this to figure out what way more. And so it's all kind of based around these two circles, and then how the scissors is going to fit on top of that. I guess they probably are. Might move everything down a little bit. Handles of the scissors are interesting to most people, but to me they are a representation of pain and thoughtless discrimination, which every other left-hander will understand. The moulded handles on upholstery scissors mean that anyone who's left-handed loses circulation in their thumb if they attempt to do any meaningful amount of work with them. So, yes. Right. I'm going to lose the stapler off the front. I can always rearrange it. But no, I think that'd be okay. Okay, so the handles on the scissors are going to be a big part of this, so I'll count the whole thing in handles. Sure. Yeah, I don't really want handles to be any more than that. Oh, be about right. Shadows off the back. So yeah, I like this bit. It's just problem solving, and it's a puzzle. I'm starting to do outlines, which I mustn't. There's this sort of interesting shadow shape. All these things link up. Stapler is going to be confusing. Bit of a shortening of the form of the stapler. Quite a tall composition, but in a sense, the width, to height, it can accommodate it. From down there to there. Yeah. Take a bit of that off. That's a fairly good starting point, I think. This is just mostly thinners at this stage. Nothing too committed. And just some negative shapes and a few little clues as to what might go where. By the way, this green in the background is going to help. Go a little bit back here. Darker over to the left. So this will kind of stain the surface. It's not like I'm working off a white canvas, so the grey I've already got there is going to already be quite forgiving, but should help it. And it's going to be warmer enough. Just that back a little bit. Hopefully there's a little bit of an idea of what goes where, how. Tricky space to judge. Yeah. I'm not going to pin myself down to anything. Way. Oh, I'm surrounded by things to trip me up here. Am I back on the level?
Move the camera a little bit to your left. Oh, you've moved the camera. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right, there's a delay there, so we need to be looking at the other screen. There we are. There we go. It's funny how they agree, isn't it?
Yeah. Line them up.
They're having a little chat with one another. None of it's especially set in stone yet or anything, but there's bits that are vague. But overall, yeah, that's kind of in. Now, this would be a good time for a cup of tea because it'd be good for this to evaporate a bit, but it won't take long. It's nice having gloves as well because it means I can yeah, use my fingers. I'm going to mix some basic background color.
We're palette cam.
Oh yes, let's.
Ta-da.
Oh, look at that.
Fancy.
I think it would be helpful to be able to see the subject matter as well, though.
Whilst you're mixing.
Yeah, because that's what I'm mixing. I'm responding to it.
Give us a second. I'll play around with it whilst it's on screen.
This is what happens when you have ideas, Graham.
Oh, I shouldn't have them, should I?
I have warned you against it.
ID.
It's a sort of warm neutral here, with a sort of a brownie colour I've mixed previously, and a little bit of this green. Probably too much green. This feels nice and neutral, but if I put it on there, it looks quite green indeed. But it'll be quite good for a shadow colour, I think. This whole enterprise could turn into an OBS tutorial. If anyone's wondering, it's short for Open Broadcasting Software, and it's one of the few ways in which a modern technological world actually succeeds because it's open source. So anyone can sort of fiddle with it, come up with stuff. This is what programmers are actually like. If you think it's programmers that are trying to charge you for a subscription every month, it isn't. They'd share everything for nothing because that's what they like. I'm not going to go off on one today, but if that's Macy outside with his someone else. You still struggling, Graham?
Yeah, this has been
okay. Go to the other screen. Click on the image with the subject matter. Copy. Right click. Copy. Go back to the other one. Is that where you were? The palette cam. There you are. And just click paste. Right click and paste. There you go. And then just delete the other one. There you go. We can
seamless. Seamless. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. Right. So I've got this still quite cool green colour. I'm going to make a slightly warmer one. Have a bit of the orange in it, a little bit of yellow.
Yeah, she's just said she's going to catch up a bit later because she needs her supper.
Yes, can't let this get in the way of
What is for
proper
supper?
nutrition. Suitably warm. Okay. Okay, I'm going to jot in a few of these shadow colours just where I think they might go.
We're going back to.
There we are. Quite tricky if I put that there. I think that's going to probably move the stapler a little bit later on. Yeah, this looks very light, but I'm trusting it to make sense. You know what? The only thing that's going to make sense of it is putting the lights in. Let's go in with the lights. One thing that's really standing out to me is this sort of, you call, not an ellipse, like two curves set against one another. But it will begin with negative shape in there. Leave me in. And this is just a starting point for a light tone. So I will be adding other colours into it later as it goes along. We'll probably get shifted in various different ways. Okay, so some of this is sort of pinning down. Green's going to help actually, because it's can get a bit bluer in places. What else is it? Oh, sort of up here. Going to go quite a long way across. And then keep going with it. Get a little bit of light there. Yeah, down the middle, and then this sort of kidney shape of light that starts way above that. Moves all the way down. This green's quite powerful. It's going to take a bit of drawing for it to go away, but I quite like it mixing in at the moment. And give some real context. I'm dangerously near the top of the canvas with this, but let's travel up from here. That's higher. And then it's steeper.
I'm playing catch up here, but you mentioned a helix earlier, didn't you? But it was the wrong thing. I learned today that there is no such thing as a spiral staircase. It should be a double helix staircase, because a spiral means that it's continually going inwards.
Yes, yes. It's a helical is the proper word. Yeah.
That just put that in a random pack.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's a good point. You could end up being in trouble from being the most awful pedant, though, if you sort of follow up on that sort of thing. He said from experience.
Yes, and I'm not that sort of person.
Yeah, I believe in you, though. I think you could be.
I could be.
If you really tried. I mean, you'd have to know a lot more. And you'd have
a lot more.
You'd have to be a lot more confident about it. Yeah, maybe you just have to know a lot more to get away with it. Maybe if you don't expect to get away with it, then
I'll say it with confidence and really loud.
yeah, just being a dreadful blowhard would be. Consequential enough. Okay, I'm dealing with a lot of negative spaces and things here. I'm not going to get overly fussed about that. And when it's too precise, I'm going to change it. Need some blue tack to hold this in place. Annoying. I do have a clamp, but you wouldn't. It'd cast a shadow over the whole thing because of the way I have to light it for the live stream. So.
Your phone camera seems juddery today.
Is it me moving around?
No. It's
Oh, you mean the
kind of picture that's coming through.
Right.
I don't know why.
To do with internet speeds. Here we are. Something turning up, isn't it? What else? Else indeed. Okay, there's some warmer lights around here. Probably over here as well. That way. Oh. At this point, I think I kind of need to slow down and yeah, be quite careful about how I mix my colours. All wrong. There. Right. That's a bit. Oh. Right in there. So if I carry on now, I'll start doing a tonal version of this picture, and that isn't what I need to be doing. I need some quite precise colour mixes. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a purpley colour, which I can add in to make shadows. Right. See what that does. Too dark. Too dark. A bit too purple. See what this does. Yeah, it works for that. Very nice. Work over here as well. Weirdly, bits of this look greener. Under here, under this tape, it's not as purple, not as dark. A bit of it in there. Ooh. Ah, you know what? It's also reflecting the colour. Under here, it's green. Let's see if we can get away with that. Quite fun. There's a one off. Okay, that's giving me a clue as to the actual colour of the tape. It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's clear tape, but collectively it changes colour. It changes into this yellowy green. And we get the hue first, and I'm going to dull it down. And then I'm going to add some white. But that is pretty much a dark version of my tape colour. And make a lighter version next to it. As it gets lighter, it's going to have a bit more yellow in it too. Okay, if we can see where those go. I'll put the darks in first. Get the excess off the brush. And a few little dabs of dark green. A bit in there. Dark. Go with the lighter one, see what that does. Yeah, it's a bit more like it. And that's going to follow around the edge. Yeah. And it's going to get darker at the bottom. Reappear in the edge here. I'm trying to see how much darker it is than the surrounding bits. I'm not so sure here. Right, now that needs to be a little bit redder. I'm just onto brush mixes now. A bit lighter. I'm still using mixing white at this stage. I haven't got as far as the titanium white. It will be a bit more brilliant, but it also washes colours out a bit more. Okay. Too light. A bit too light. The lighter on here. And that, I think, is almost enough for one slightly lighter version of that colour. We go here, it's also there. Oh, now I've got this pinky background colour. I'm going to make one bit of a brush mix with that and the green. I'm going to call it a tape green. Not enough of a contrast. Almost. Funnily enough. Trying to resist doing anything lines, but where's my shadow colour? Purpley colour. I'm going to go to the right of this green, borrow a bit of green to go in it. That will have one little stab over there. Darker purple, put in here. Corner on that direction. Probably fussing too much about it now. Again, it's a bit warmer here. Get this yellow colour up. No. Needs to be darker. Purple in it. Too dark. So it's a really murky colour, this, but in order to sort of really describe the sort of all the different colours that are contributing, reflections and yeah, what have you. Put a bit around there. Yeah. Now I will touch on that titanium white just slightly. Just slightly more. We'll go back to that dark green and just make a bit of a softer edge in here. There's a roll of tape.
Yeah, you know exactly what it is, don't you?
This is quite funny.
I didn't think green was going to cut it initially. It was going to have to be much more yellow than that, but
yeah, well, there will be more yellow to come later on. I will be turning that up a little bit, but there's going to be more context as well. So this is the other thing. I suppose I could jump ahead with the idea of the context color. Let's get some of this titanium white. Let's get a little bit of that purple. Get these sort of beigey colors. Bit of the shadow color. We have this one little darker in here. Ah, no, well, it's not right at all. What are you doing? Ooh. Right, and that again. Right there. Now, it's going to be very useful for a bit of background. But actually, you know what? It's not yet. Because got that dark cardboardy colour. Right, get some of this brown. A little bit of the green in it. No, that's too much. Put it to one side of this, see if it works. Quite right, but it's going to be okay.
yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Make that a much finer line. This. Right, a bit more just to really get that edge in there. Do the other side later on. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't want to keep going around this way. I want to kind of make directional marks that are sort of sympathetic to the shape I'm describing, but aren't just purely descriptive. So lines that go against that circle are going to probably be more effective than ones that just follow it round.
Why is that?
It's because the only thing that's round is the roll of tape.
Mm-hmm.
So the background is the context against which you see that roundness. So if the brush marks are going round in the background as well, just a choice of lots of round marks.
Okay.
And so your outline marks end up describing the shape.
It's like a differentiation thing.
But you only want the shape to describe the shape.
Okay.
And what isn't the shape to describe something else. The thing the shape sits against, which is naturally has a contrast to. So that's, yeah. I'm going to go another little bit brighter, just back here. So I could do a mark like this that sort of agrees with it, but then the next one, I really want to sort of, there's an edge to that shadow. And because there's a certain amount of paint playing on the surface, I can get closer and closer to just getting a lump of white and sticking it on there. Because that's whole stapler is going to move, by the way, somewhere around there. You get even brighter into the foreground. Right, so now if I get to I can use a little bit of yellow here. A little bit of that peachy color just to take the edge off. Start to see little shapes like that. Get into the gap there. Pull that out. I was talking earlier about that thing of thinking too much about what a painting might mean or whether it's the right thing to do or not. And this, I just picked shapes I liked and trusted that there might be some kind of logical sense to the image afterwards. And I'm already feeling it. I'm already feeling like I'm making something that feels like it's worth making. It's a mysterious thing to try to approach because it's, yeah, if you think about it, of course it isn't worth making. You know, it's something about the way you do it that makes it worth making rather than the thing itself. Nobody's out there going, oh, I wish someone would paint some tape and a stapler and some upholstery scissors. But if you do it right, they'll see something in it and go, oh, that's got a thing that I kind of want to keep. And someone somewhere will give it a home. Yeah, there's an element of scale going on here. A bit more peachy. That green's coming through as well. It's sort of giving a cast to things. Have we got a lot of shine on? Because I haven't put the filter on the camera.
No, it's okay today.
Right. Okay. Well, there's some tape there anyway. I'm going to mix a
Anything else? We've achieved tape.
pale version of this violet. And just little dots of it in. Well, that's there. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see whether I can make it look like there's tape there. Okay, what else am I going to do? While I've got this on the brush, I'm going to make a greeny blue here. Two transparent colours, so I can't leave them like that. Just a brush mix. Probably not enough paint. Just a ground. I want it to be quite thin because I want to put some of those. I want to put the sellotape on decal, what do you call it? Logo on top of it. Decal's a sticker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Way too light. Really subtly different, this one. Barely different, but it is visibly, there we go. Sort of changes as it goes up. At one point it leans in. I'm not going to fuss with it on that. Fun. Well, I've got a dark colour on there. With this alizarin crimson. Green. Oops. Dark bits in. These will make sense later on, I think. And again, it's quite thin, so they're all open to change at some point. I'm not 100% on the shape of this, but I'm just trying to sort of follow my eye and let it tell me. I'm desperately trying to include this red pot into a painting at some point, and I'm fairly resistant. I have put it in a few, but it hasn't really worked. Okay, I think I can start to see it now. See a bit of light going in this shadow, pull that shape out. That angle, no, it isn't. Yes, there's a bit in there. A bit in there. Quite a bit in here. Get some of these darks in. The rest of it will make sense of itself. I'm already getting too fussy, I can tell. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let me go back to this greeny colour. I'm going to stick a load more yellow in it. That. I think should give me right bit should have been at the front. And as it goes in, it will mix more and more, and it will get darker. Just trying to concentrate on the shapes. for a little bit of the light. That'll do. No more than that, I don't think. I could even do with just sort of breaking it up a little bit. So this isn't actually putting in any more detail, it's taking detail out where it's distracting. There we go. What else? Oh yeah, I have this yellow colour. Turn up the yellow in here. More of that. Okay. Put in there. There. Bring me one into there. Here as well. Give it dark at the top. Little purpley colour. Better than that even. So yeah, so now I'm in the realms of mixing a yellowy purple, which is, makes no sense unless you're a painter. In which case it makes perfect sense, because it's yellow with a bit of purple in it. Or if you prefer, purple with a bit of yellow in it. Okay, how are we doing for time?
We are at 8 o'clock.
Right. Okay. Clearly, I think my painting brain has a sense of time, but it's not using it.
They're whirring away in the background.
Yeah, or at least maybe there's a point in the process where you go, this feels significant in some way. And yes. Well, I've painted a roll of tape at least, so I guess that's better than nothing. Use up the rest of this light in this up here. Second time the palette switched itself off, so I think that's probably a good excuse for a little break. Oh. Yeah, little break.
Cool. 15 minutes or so, and we shall be back. A very cool roll of tape. Ta-da! Where's
Ta-da.
back?
It. So yeah, this is going to be thank you. Going to be interesting.
What are you going to work on next?
The reds. Once the reds are in, I'll have a context. I think the thing I might do last is the middle of the scissors.
That's quite poetic, that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I come up with a word for how I'm feeling this evening. Not exactly subdued, but
Discombobulated.
not even that. I'm not uncomfortable, but no, I feel like
Dissonant?
there's a certain sort of lack of exuberance about life at the moment. Maybe it's the clock's changing. Yeah, I think everyone's being a bit more contemplative. One of those. You know, sometimes it feels like nothing works. The bloody glove. How hard can a glove be? Now with extra friction. Maybe I just need to have a rage at the world. Maybe that's what's missing.
Just go absolutely mental.
Don't. It's always bubbling under the surface.
Perhaps you need to go to one of those
Rage room.
Rage rooms.
No.
Yeah.
No. That I absolutely shouldn't do that.
You'd break the rage room.
I think well, I just don't think it's healthy to let loose like that. I think you'd end up more angry.
Yeah, but the whole reason that people do it is to get a release, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think it works that way.
You know?
I think angry people are always angry. It's not like, oh, well, I was angry for a bit, so now I'm not angry anymore. They just carry on being angry, don't they? Have you not noticed that? Otherwise, anger management wouldn't be a problem. If someone kicked off, and you go, well, they're the last person that needs to go to anger management now, aren't they? Because they've released it, so they're fine. All these people that are behaving themselves, they're the ones you want to worry about. No, that's not how it works, is it? I think you'd be more unhappy indulging it, because then more of your time is spent being that person.
Also, you've scratched that itch then, haven't you? And it's like, well, it's not going to be the same again unless you go to another rage room.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, it's the rage thing. I think the thing is, it has to. There's nothing wrong with a release, but it almost has to come out in a controlled way. And I don't think just being in a room where no one cares is the same thing as controlled. They say revenge is best served cold.
Yes.
Right. I would rather not smash the printer, but plan to take the printer to a place where it will be crushed into tiny pieces the next day, and explain to the printer what's going to happen, that it's too late for it. Yeah, it's had its last chance, and then watch it suffer for 24 hours, and then very calmly go and, you know. I don't think being your own jeering mob is a healthy thing.
Telling a printer you're going to be put through a commercial shredder.
Yeah, well, I don't really hate any people, so a printer is the best I can come up with. But I'd get genuine pleasure from that. Yeah. And imagine it pleading, go, oh no, I'll have a go at working. It's too late. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
You made your choices, and now you're going to have to live with the consequences. And I'm afraid that means, yeah, going into a chipper. I'd get satisfaction from that.
That's.
Is that worse? Probably worse. I don't know.
Controlled rage.
But no, but the point is, you know, these things need to be under control, partly for your self-respect, if nothing else. You know, you can't be this person who wanders around losing it the whole time, making everything worse for everyone because you can't keep a lid on your emotions. Anyway, reds. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to start off.
The calmest colour we can possibly come up with.
The world needs more red, because red is also fun. It's always my favourite colour as a child. And although it doesn't really make sense to ask what my favourite colour is now, because I think life is more nuanced. You know, if you ask a child what their favourite flavour is, they'll probably say sweet, because it's their brain firing off, going, more energy. Eat the sugar straight out the bowl. Hopefully we get a bit more sophisticated. Actually, gourmet-wise, I probably haven't. But visually, I think I've come a long way.
Otherwise, I'm a big fan of this.
Still a basic one, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, but it's this.
the lack of nuance there.
No, because acids can come in many different forms and have many different there's multiple different ways that acids can affect the flavor of the same thing.
Okay. What's your favourite acid then? Mine's formic.
But the citric is obviously the one that makes you go. But yeah, the phenolic acids, they're all just like really interesting and like completely change the way that a dish can.
Right. Oh, sorry. When I said formic acid, I wasn't saying like in terms of food.
Well,
Just as a chemical preference. I like
just one that gets rid of body.
No. Well, I guess I mean, I suppose that you can get different strengths of different acids, but what was I going to say?
Reds.
It's the ones that ants spray at you. If you put your hand close to an anthill and all the ants start to panic, and you can feel this very slight tingle and this slight dampness in your hand, and that's them spraying formic acid at you. The poem about ants with the line, "So what would you be placid? You were filled with formic acid." Good rhyme. Also, it's really good for getting rid of line scale. Quite easy to handle. Just sort of sting your nose a bit. So there you go. I'm just imagining if I did this properly, like what would I be saying? Let us know what your favourite acid is.
Down in the comments below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe or something.
iPhone camera is not picking up.
Oh. It might have gone into. I don't know. Still got battery. Hang on. I don't know what's happened. Oh, so it's switched itself off.
Lovely.
Hey, terrific. Like I said, sometimes nothing works. No. The continuity camera has stopped. Gonna have to have a quick look at this. Hang on. Where's that? Oh, there's OBS. I don't know how to get it going.
I should quit OBS and start up again.
Possibly. Let me just check this for one moment. It's on. Okay, try that. If it sees it now. No. All right, switch OBS off and on again. Brief pause. Oh no, but then we're gonna.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh no, will it? Because we haven't said stop streaming.
Okay, it might carry on. Yeah.
So, yeah, all streams recordings will be shut down.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, thanks, Apple. I think Apple just doesn't want me to do this.
Remove or re-add the.
No, it just breaks on its own for no reason. There's no point trying to switch it off and on again. No one's watching anyway. If it matters. It works if it wants, and when it stops working, it's for no good reason.
Yeah, because we didn't shut down.
Oh well.
What should we call it? The other one.
Yeah. Does Restream think it's a new one?
I don't think so.
Has it got a little clock on it? Yeah, there's a clock that.
Oh,
yeah,
it has started again.
Oh well. If you found your way back after being disconnected, well done. Now, where was I? Yes, I was mixing reds and talking nonsense. I'm gonna mix a slightly. I'll put it over here.
Sarah's piped up. I'm watching.
Hey, I hope that wasn't too much of a disturbance. Technological issues. Oh well, that's. Thank you for coming along. I know people don't want to be sat there typing and stuff, but send us a hello if you're watching. Or ahoy, maybe that could bring that back. That was originally going to be the way people answered the telephone.
Telephones, yeah.
Ahoy, ahoy. That's why Mr. Burns in The Simpsons answers the telephone. Ahoy, ahoy. Because you presume he was there when the first telephone was.
Oh, there's so many little nuances like that in The Simpsons.
Oh, they're great. Okay, I've got this browny red here. Start with that. I'm going to go all the way here. And this is going to be a tricky one, but this is a real jigsaw to put together. Also going to have this shape here, somewhere between the two of them. The green in the background is really helping here because what's it going to do? It's going to naturally darken or a bit of that purple. Even darker one. This is coming perilously close to the yellow, but I'm sort of running out of room on the palette here. Helpful little marks.
That's a plus. The iPhone camera is no longer jittery.
Oh, well, that's good news. Yeah, completely at the mercy of technology. No one will really tell you how it works.
Oh, we saw that the other day with AWS going down.
So what? Sorry, who?
You see, AWS went down, which is like Amazon Web Services.
Oh, right, okay.
And there's thousands of companies that are connected to their net through that.
Right.
Yeah, oddly, share price never dropped.
Can't see that. We'll keep some of these heavy darks up at the front with this. I know. A little sketching in of shapes, what have you. Okay. Now, I'm going to make a brighter red right next to this. Maybe a bit more orangey. And there's particular parts of this image which are going to that brighter red in them. Here and here. Little shape that goes across. Being more and more tempted to paint lines, but mustn't really. Well, I mean, I can do what I like, can't I? My painting. But I don't want to think in lines. I'll get trapped by them. Okay. I'm going to carry on going across a bit more. And there's other bits. This back edge. Okay, got that bit down here as well. What else? Bit on there. Oh, that's too dark. Or is it? Okay. I'm going to be making some little families of colour that go around this. It's funny, it's when you've got a structure like a stapler, it's got these particular parts on it. And those parts, yeah, different surfaces facing in different directions and picking up different colours from different places, and suddenly it's become this jigsaw of these different shapes. So I'm borrowing some of this background colour here. Putting in this work. Different directions here as well. Create an edge like that. Is this one down here the same? I think it is pretty much. That extend out to about here. There we go. Ah, okay, I'm being fiddly now. Lighter, paler one on the top. Here, it should still be a noticeable amount darker than the background. It does get darker. It goes a little bit more purpley. Oh. Right across here. Hard for me to tell now because of the shine. Is there a lot of shine on the?
Yeah, it's
Right. Oh, sorry. This should do it. Is it gone?
just kind of, it looks as though you're putting on, yeah, it looks as though you're putting on white with red.
Right.
That's completely changed it.
Yeah. Okay. Polarizing filter. Where else was it? No. Okay. Little blur at this. Freaks. Yeah, that kind of does it. Let me get a second brush here. Start off with some of these darker reds in there. In here. Oh, is that right? Really? Am I fiddling again? No, that'll be okay. Oh yeah, a bit more of this background colour. Going to give me more yellow in it than that. There. Really just trying to think of that as a shape rather than as a line. And okay, go back to it. Yeah. Doing actually a bit like this green colour. Look pretty much like what it is actually. There's an element of that in there. I'm going to go across to this purple. Blue enough. The lighter version here. Highlight in the corner. The blue. There we are. Now, highlight on the front is almost the same as the background colour, but ever so slightly bluer. This should be a bit of fun. Reflection at the end. Isn't it? Can't do it? No. Dark enough. One thing I haven't got is a background color ready, because that's going to make sense of this. This is where I can start to brighten it up. I definitely want a brighter edge around. Okay, I'm doing everything twice. I don't want to be doing, slowing down, taking my time, figuring out what mark I want to make, rather than putting one on, deciding it's wrong, and trying to change it afterwards. Better. Different directions. Yeah, making more sense now, isn't it? Just a little bit. And I'm just in front because there's a second light source. I don't know if that will really show up. Last bit for that. Do I want to go ahead to the highlights already? I think I will. I think I'd better.
It's like this painting you're doing, like the tape and the.
Yeah. It's just going through each object. They're not talking to each other much. They're a little bit isolated from one another. Yeah. Go for the full-on highlight. Yellowy. There. No. Okay, it's not working at all. Right. Large quantity of paint. Got to sit up on the surface. More like it. Back here. Flash of light in the middle. Or one in the corner. One in the back. That'll do. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my maximum red over here. Just put that in. The one part of the painting wants to be maximum red. I may as well figure out where it is now. I can always work into it with other variations, but I think that will work. Either find the button first time or not at all. House. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this background color. Makes it slightly lighter. Hopefully it will look a bit more bluish as well at this time. Lots of subtleties in how these colours land. So I'll just put this over the whole thing at the moment, but ultimately seeing more and more things in it. I'm going to put a bit more purple in there. Up here. You can mix that properly, it doesn't even matter. There you are. Nice streak. Quite fun. No, what's this doing? Purple, also darker. Across here, around. It's a bit redder. This sort of journey of colours thing here. I already put some of that darker red on. Mix in goes. Mist, not much. Oh, hmm. The fact that I'm sort of running out of words is probably quite a good sign here. Right, okay. Time to clean that brush. You know, before I do, let's revisit some of these darker areas. Some extra red in there. Kind of creeps around. This all needs to get lighter. Accidentally finding some colours that you've been looking for. Yes. This here, that's going to support a highlight, which should do a nice job. Okay, get the excess off that. Bit of yellow, a little bit of white. Bright red into it. See how much brighter this red can get. Yeah. Almost less red as well though. Definitely in here. Nope, somewhere in between the two. 1/10 again. Very subtle balance here. A lot of it's down to the sort of the purity of the colour as well. Here, darker, but it's also more intense red. Here, less so. Edge down the blades of the scissors. Also some kind of limit to how far I can go with it. Okay, go back to this orange and bring it back with that. There's a bit. Is there in? I want the purpley colour. Yeah. That bright highlight again. No, I was adding yellow there, but it doesn't need yellow. Okay, while I've got that, the bluer thing. Does it feel bluer? No, it's a bit more like this creamy colour. Looks just right. Then it gets bluer. Yeah. That was fine. Throwing brushes now. Right, this is proper tricky. What to do in what order? It's pale, also slightly orangey. It's got an edge on it. I'm going to put that edge on now. And this is doing a line. I've got to think about where it goes first. And it's going to disappear. Down here. Bring some light in there. Get lighter in here. Okay. Tricky stuff, that. Yes, that is my Mobius strip made out of tape. Now I've got that.
Against the
Oh, sorry, I'm nudging it.
it's all right.
Yeah.
That's why they were both moving.
Let's put a little bit of that into here, bring the light back in. Let's put these glowing lights into the shadows.
It's really good.
Bit of redness in this bit of the shadow here. Don't know how important that will turn out to be, but probably not very. There you go. Last bit is these scissors. Yeah, interestingly, I can mix this orange and I can extend it out of the red I already had. I'll make a slightly redder version. This here. Slightly yellower version. Will be here. But even that's all maximum chroma. So I take some of this darker orange. I guess I'm going to put a bit of this sort of greeny, murky greeny colour into it. I mean, just a black would make it green, but try that. Let's see what it does. And then one that's just a little bit darker than that. Work my way back towards the colours I need. Start off with the red brush because it doesn't make that much difference. A little bit darker just here. Let it get redder there. You getting messages?
No, I'm just renaming a few.
While it's on there, getting much darker to the edge of this. And the same thing with the handle around here. That's the inside, the outside. Join up with that. I get too carried away. That'll do. The next bit Next bit is mix this. I don't know how well it will work. Pretty good. Still finding myself drawing lines. I want to avoid that. That's a nice shape. Okay, let's go one lighter with this orange. A bit of that background colour. Not all the way to the brightest orange, that'll come later. Right, I might have to use a bit of oil here just to make it red, but I don't want to go too soon. Also, that's not red enough. I'm seeing a few things wrong with previous bits, but jump ahead. Highlight here. If I can. Okay. Proper bright, isn't it? Not red enough, huh? It was the same problem with orange. It's never quite bright enough. Page. Okay. yellow. Where does that go? It's in there. Yeah. Is it there? Now, I've still got the background color to sort of shape these bits up, so I'm not worrying about it too much. A bit messy. Really seeing the color of these the blades of the scissors now. We'll find that here on the surface. And that green is going to help me get to it. There's a shadow. There's one next to that. Get that little bit lighter. Yeah. A bit lighter than that just here. Give me the beginning of the blade. Taking the screw that holds them together. We'll also have a little flash of highlight on it. Ah, come on. There. Back to the start. Rethink that for the start. That. Okay. Okay. Is that 9 o'clock?
Yeah,
wow.
But we did have that phone interlude bit, about 5 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay. There you are. I thought I had 5 minutes left. That's exactly what I thought. Okay. Bit of this peachy colour. Going on here. Amazing how effective that is, isn't it? So keep adding bits of orange because the green is contributing as well. So that orange hangs out nicely with the orange of the handles. The more it mixes with the green, the more it contrasts. Yeah, so let us know if you're a left-hander who's lost the feeling in their thumb for half an hour from using upholstery scissors, which they only make molded handles for right-handed people. It's quite common for left-handed people not to be able to use left-handed scissors because they've learnt on right-handed scissors. So you have to relearn how to use scissors in order to, not be pulling the blades apart by how you use your hand. Also, it's interesting. I mean, scissors are fine, great, but really what you need to be left-handed is things like bench saws. Those things are dangerous, but you have to use it right-handed. If they made a left-handed one, I don't think they'd be allowed to, because a right-handed person would end up getting hold of it and cutting their fingers off because they're not used to swapping everything over. So yeah, I think there's. Yeah, something about upholstery scissors really brings up my left-handed resentment. No, it's nice. It's nice to be special in some way that doesn't actually. Well, I do wonder how much of a disadvantage being left-handed is. I don't think there's many left-handed golfers.
There was a cricket coach who taught all of his players, or got all of his players and taught all of his players to bat left-handed.
Right. Yeah.
So that when their team were batting, it would really annoy the bowlers because one could be right-handed, the other could be left-handed.
Yes.
And then they just decide to swap sort of halfway through an innings.
Yeah. Well, tennis. Well, yeah, cricket and tennis, you can swap over. You can be left-handed in those sports, which of course you can in golf. But before that, you need to be able to afford left-handed golf clubs. So that chance to get going is sort of somewhat denied. But yeah, the tennis one. I mean, because you learn to be fairly ambidextrous as a left-hander, you have to do all these right-handed things. So yeah, when it came to like playing tennis, yeah, I'd swap hands, which really irritated people, especially at the net. It's kind of easy. You're not doing some big flowing stroke. You just need to extend the racket out so that it.
It was I think towards the end of his tennis career, like both Federer and Nadal, in like their final season, would switch hands if they couldn't quite reach a shot.
Right. Yeah.
So then play like a passing shot forehand, but with the left hand
Well,
rather.
Nadal was a bit like the cricket guy. His coach decided he would be a left-handed player. He is
He's left-handed, yeah.
Well, he's not left-handed. He plays left-handed. He writes with his right hand.
Bonkers.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, the whole sidedness thing is all a bit. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to really chuck some extra light in here. Well, I don't want too much. I want some highlights. And that's what I'm going to do here. Have some nice creamy highlights. The good thing about wearing gloves. Your brush starts shedding hairs. Just pull them out with your fingers. Like that. Bit of brightness in there. Yeah. There. And that, I think, is me done. Is it though? But is it though?
Age-old question.
Yes. I think it is. Orangey light into the background over here. And it can carry with it a bit of pink as well. That's going to look more like light because of the green that's sort of everywhere else. Especially work around the greeniness of this tape. That's fine. That's a good place to stop, I think. It's time to sign it, I guess. Match that out so it doesn't catch the eye. Well, I suppose I'm going to have to sign this in red also. Oh, should I do it? No, I'll do it orange. Slightly more muted. Won't fight against the background as much. Yep. Oh, 100% on this tape. No, I think I'll leave it there. I think if I do any more to this, I'll just make it worse. Very hard to draw a line underneath it. There's always that other thing you could do. I'm not sure about this tape either. I think there's more I could have done with that. That's the fun thing to experiment with at some point, I guess.
I'm going to go to phone cam.
Sure. Ooh, okay. There we are. So there's my subject matter. Obviously, the light makes it look slightly bluish here, but scissors, bottle. There's my tape. The loop of tape, transparent tape there, and a stapler, my lucky stapler. Yeah, we go straight on. quite pleased with that.
Considering the kind of start, it wasn't.
Yeah. If I take the filter off there, see the colour, maybe see the colour. You can start to see the brush work and things. Yeah, I quite like that. There's something in it. And I think it's a little bit funny as well. Little stationery. I mean, I think lots of people love stationery, don't they?
Mm.
I'll do some colour-coded folders next time. We can get terribly excited about that. Brilliant. Well,
coloured post-it notes.
Yes.
A little bit to your right.
Huh?
There we go.
That's... Ooh. Super. Well, hopefully you can see us over there in the corner. I don't know. Oh no, Graham's hidden. You can see me.
Got my face on there.
Cunning. Oh no, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah.
Not been much insults this
Yeah,
evening.
you walked into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy to have suggestions. Do leave me a comment and stuff like that if you'd like to. You know, put in your two penneth about what you think or what you liked about it or what I should have done differently or yeah, why is this all a terrible error and I've wasted my life? I mean, wherever you want to put. And I look forward to reading them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Graham.
Excellent. No worries.
And
thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Cool.